Hello there and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling and the Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy and today we're going to be doing a what's in the box kit review on my Airfix 172 de Havilland Vampire T.11 kit number A68225, which as you can see is one of these gift sets which comes with 4 acrylic paints, 1 brush and 1 tube of poly cement. Now these 4 kits are together because I actually got them from Aldi for £6.99 each, as they've got a special offer on at the moment. So I went along and I bought the Tomahawk, the Vampire and the Cromwell, the Spitfire Mark 1A, which is also available. I already have a few of those, so I didn't really see the point in buying one, but it's out for display. There will be what's in the box kit reviews going up today for this one and this one. There's actually already one available on the channel if you want to go and have a look at that one. I'll put a link in the description box to it. So as per what I normally do, I'm going to read out the blurb from the instruction sheet. We're going to have a quick look at the instructions and then we'll get the parts and we'll have a look at those as well. So here we go. The de Havilland Vampire was the second jet fighter to enter RAF service, coming after the Gloucester Meteor. Featuring a twin-boom fuselage, which was to become a common feature of de Havilland designs, the Vampire proved a capable early jet fighter. However, by the early 1950s, better fighters became available, and so the Vampire was developed for alternative roles. Starting as a private venture, the Vampire T.11 trainer was developed from the NF-10 night fighter and first flew in 1950. Entering the RAF service in 1952, the T.11 was immediately recognised as being an excellent jet trainer. Seating the student and instructor side by side enabled the student to be taught very effectively, with the good handling characteristics of the Vampire also aiding the learning process. The T.11 flew with the RAF until 1967, being gradually replaced by the more manoeuvrable following NAT, which was also more representative of new frontline combat types. The Vampire had proved to be a great training aircraft, easier to fly than the Meteor T7 and other early jets. It provided students with a safe and stable learning platform. The T11 also found widespread service across the world, with users as far away as the Royal New Zealand Air Force, which this one is depicted as, using the aircraft along with countless others. Today, a de Havilland Vampire T11 still flies in the skies over Great Britain, flown by the Vampire Preservation Group. Speed 548 miles per hour, wingspan 38 foot, length 34 foot 5 inches, armament 4x20mm cannon. So there we go. So let's have a look at these instructions, which as per pretty much normal for Airfix kits are selected in a whole bunch of rather nice, easy to follow windows. And as you can see, starting at the top, we're going to be looking at the cockpit interior, which features 2 seats and 2 control sticks. We've got a couple of pilots that we can paint up, which obviously go in here in section 3. And then on section 4, we're going to look at the cockpit control panel, which does also come with a decal. We're going to put the control panel in section 5. And we're going to put a few other parts into the cockpit interior in section 6. Section 7, we're going to put 2 sections of the fuselage together, encasing our cockpit. And then we're going to move on to the engine assembly, which is at the rear on the Vampire. Section 9, we're going to put, I think these are wing struts or something on here on the sides. And we're going to put our engine into the housing. Sorry, you can't see that. There we go, section 8. Section 10, we're going to put the top surface of the wing on the top, and then section 11, we're going to start assembling the twin boom section of the fuselage. Section 12, we're going to put the undersurfaces for the wings on, and section 13, I think this is an option because it's got a big question mark. I think these are additional fuel pods. Section 14, we're going to be looking at the undercarriage, which you can have in the lowered, or in section 15, the raised position, which is quite nice. And section 16 is attaching the extra fuel pods, if you do so wish. And 17 is attaching the cockpit cover and a few other parts. Obviously here, use question mark, you can have the cockpit cover in the raised position, again, if you do so wish, which is a nice little feature. Just get that out the way. And now let's have a look at the parts. So we've got the interesting parts up first. We've got the fuselage, which, as you can see, has got a nice representation of lots of access panels to gain access to the engine, with the hinges as well, which is quite nicely detailed. We've got this front section here, which I'm guessing is to get access to the armament if it was attached. We've got the cockpit floor here, and here we have our under surfaces of the wings with our undercarriage bays as well. This here appears to be the weapons station for the aircraft, which fits in nicely underneath, and as we can see, there's some detail in the undercarriage bay also. Our next sprue includes these extra additional fuel pods, which you can add if you wish. And we've got some couple of wheels here, which, as we can see, have got some nice tread attached to them or molded into them. We've got a couple of pilots, which is good. Yay, Airfix. We do like pilots, but we do hate painting them, or I do anyway. We've got our cockpit instrument panel here, and then we've got the 4 sections of the twin booms, which again are nicely detailed. We can see rivets, and we can see little access panels, etc, etc, so you can get to the innards. And we've got these 2 parts here, which I'm afraid I've got no idea what the hell they are. Next up, we have the top section of the wing, which is provided in one piece. And you can quite clearly see the sort of flaps and the ailerons. We've got an access panel here, which has got some rivets on. Kind of guessing these are going to be fuel intakes, these little circular ones. Got another access panel here, and the engine goes in the rear. These things here appear to be our 2 control sticks. We've got our tail wheel, I'm guessing that one is. We've got a few other parts here. These are going to be our raised up undercarriage, I'm guessing. Got a couple of pilot seats. That's going to be part of the engine fan. There's our undercarriage. And what have we got here? 2 of them, I'm guessing that's going to be part of the seats maybe, or part of the upper undercarriage. And we can see we've got detail on the inside, so we can actually see some sparring if we decide to have our undercarriage lowered. That's a nice little touch. And that's our final main sprue. Our clear glaze sprue features our cockpit cover, which comes in 3 pieces. And we have what appear to be some little like navigation lights or something as well. We get 1 set of decals. Now this is a Royal New Zealand Air Force aircraft. So we've got the Kiwi roundels, which are pretty cool. We've got a decal for our cockpit instrument panel. We've got our numbers, which are NZ5710. And we have a couple of other decals to put on as well. As is the common feature with these starter or gift sets, you get a Humbrol Airfix brush, this one being a number 2, and in this one we get 4 different paints and a tube of the lovely Humbrol poly cement, which I believe is very good for making sprue goo, or I hear you can actually just put this into an empty Tamiya bottle and you can just use the brush, which someone told me about the other week, and I thought, well, that's a pretty cool idea because I don't really like using these things. So there we go, there's a little hint. So let's wave our flag for New Zealand because it's the Royal New Zealand Air Force. There will be a what's in the box kit review for each of these, and like I said, there is one already on the channel. And at some point this weekend we're going to be getting on to building our Panzer Kampfwagen 3. So please do check out some of our other what's in the box kit reviews. There, for 172 scale, there are approximately 100 available, including a plethora of interesting and fascinating kits. So please do check those out. Please do like and subscribe. And as always, be seeing you.